Not bad. Oh, hi. Kind of busy right now testing out these rifles. John, where'd you come from with the camera? Trying to figure out which one of these I like better. They're both 30-30s. Let's see. Woohoo! Nice. Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to be annoyed. I'm busy though. Trying to figure out which of these two lever guns I prefer. They're both 30-30s, but I know you can help me. How's that? You help me decide. So glad you're here. Glad John's filming. He's always got a camera out. Look at that mess. Man, where'd that water come from? So you're always filming this. What are you doing with these videos, John? You're not putting these online, are you? Or somewhere on the internet, I hope. But anyway, yeah, I'm trying to decide between these two fine rifles. They're both great shooters. I would need to do a little more, as you'll see from the video, tweak the adjustment on the rear sight on this one. But they're good shooters and they feel good. They really do. And they're well made. Now, it kind of comes down to whether or not you're a Marlin person, Henry person, whether you just cannot, for the life of you, purchase a new Marlin, Remlin, or whatever you want to call it. You just can't do it. Can't do it. Well, again, you know, I've bashed them myself, but we don't want them going out of business. You might want to take a look at some of the, that's kind of what we do. We have brought to you new Marlins, I guess, 3 times, maybe 4, you know, over the last few years. And that's one of the things we do. We look at the fit and the finish and, you know, what it looks like. How's Marlin doing, at least on the specific rifles that we have. So we're trying to keep you kind of up to date on that and keep ourselves up to date on how they're doing. It's subjective to some extent, right? So don't want them going out of business, but then again, we want to show what they're doing and how they're doing. And again, speaking of that, like I say, this rifle is not that bad. Now, the big picture, they're both 30-30. They're both nice size rifles. They got plenty of heft. They feel good. They've got smooth actions. They're both, I would say, equally accurate. The sights are almost the same sights. Got an ivory bead kind of thing with a buckhorn rear sight. There's not a lot of difference in some of the functional aspects of them, okay? So kind of comes down to the name, and then you know, whether you trust the new Marlins. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. You made me sneeze. Oh, maybe I was lying. I had to sneeze. So whether you like a brass receiver, and, you know, and butt plate and all that, that really appeals to you. The engraving on the stock of this Henry. Again, this is the Henry side gate, relatively new, very new. All right, they're both drilled and tapped for sights. They both have, you know, like the Marlin, you can mount a sight very easily on top of the receiver. You know, that's one of the claims to fame with the Marlin, as opposed to Winchester, where it's open and a little more problematic to mount a sight up there, although it can be done and has been done for 100 years. So they're very similar in a lot of ways. In fact, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but this Henry side gate rifle appears to be a Marlin 336. I mean, look at it. Look at it. The bolt and everything comes apart the same way. Every screw, everything is pretty much exactly the same, except for you've got a cross bolt safety on the Marlin you can see there. I mean, they are the same action, basically, okay? I don't want to get anybody in trouble here, but they are the same action. These really are. The lever, now the lever's a different shape, but I just noticed we've got a little squared off lever here on the 336 and a rounded. I like a rounded lever a little better. You got that action, okay? They both would come apart. You take the screw out right there and the lever pulls out. You generally want to do it about right there. I won't do it today. I think I've done that before. If not, we'll do it sometime. But you take this screw out and that lever pulls out. Then you pull the bolt out. And then the ejector, you know, is held right there. It comes out and you can clean it very easily and put it back together. They both, you know, field strip, I guess the word you might use there, the same way. And just really very similar. Very, very, very similar. So I, in the past, have criticized Henry, I guess, for not being a replica of anything, right? They're nice looking rifles and they work, but they're not a copy of anything in history, you know? And again, Henry, the company, has nothing to do with the first Henry rifles of 1860. Okay, that was Winchester essentially. But so they didn't kind of reproduce any of the guns from the 1800s. All right, but you know, this one, they sort of did. It's kind of a reproduction of the Marlin in a way. So again, I'm not going to make a dwell on that, but it really is the same receiver and action more or less. Okay, so what would it come down to? I don't know. I'm just trying to give you some idea. Either one of these, I mean, it's almost an eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and you wouldn't lose in either way. For me, the Henry seems to have a better fit. The detail of the fit, if you notice the receiver tang there and everything, it's probably fit a little more closely. The attention to detail, yeah, you can tell, yeah, right there's a gap, and it's a little nicer. Okay, up on the forearm, same thing. So a little bit better fit. And of course the brass is beautiful. And from my reading, you know, they talk a lot about, it is brass, but it's heat treated and supposedly has the same tensile strength as steel or metal. Okay, steel. So I don't guess you have any kind of strength issues there over time. So yeah, I mean, just like you've got some guns or shotguns that have an alloy receiver, and it's not a problem if it's constructed properly anyway. So as far as strength, there's probably not a big deal in difference. The biggest difference, of course, the elephant in the room, the huge difference is what? You've got a tube feed on this, but you've also got the side gate loader. So you have both options. You can load this one. All right, just been shooting this, and yeah. So you can load this one and unload it to an extent from the tube, all right, or through the side gate. So you got both options on that. That might be enough to trip you over to that one, yeah. And Henry's a phenomenally popular company. It's hard to find anything negative about them. People just love their guns. They're great people. I've met all of them. You know, I mean, they're just great people, and they make a lot of different models, and they really do try to satisfy the demand and the specifics that people are looking for. And I guess that loading gate's an example of how they are receptive to the market and what people are asking for. So price about the same. They're both, I can't tell you the difference in how they shoot, and you know, they're about the same weight. Again, the attention to detail, I think the Henry wins out a little bit. If you look at the front of the wood there, that's a little bit nicer, all right? And of course you got brass. So not that either one set out to compete with the other, you know, specifically, but since they're so similar, that's really the reason we're comparing them, because they're so similar. And price range and everything, as I said, shootability, just the action. You know, they just both feel broken in. You know, no rough edges. This old 1952 model of 336, you know, doesn't feel a lot looser or better than this, in fact, or either one of them. So this is the Texan, it's called. Got the straight grip stock, just like this one. And a lot of people like that. They both have that, you know. So I don't see any major negatives. They're both attractive rifles. That's kind of nice, having the cowboy on there, you know, and the gold trigger and everything. Doesn't have the brass receiver, but has all that. You can put a sling on there with no trouble. They're both ready to go, and they've got essentially the same sights. Let me hold them up so you can kind of see the sights. I'm not going to dual wield them here, but maybe you can get a look at the sight picture, the rear of the buckhorn type sight, and the front ivory bead or whatever. They're very, very similar. They jump out at you, okay? So just very similar rifles, you know. They're drilled and tapped for a scope or whatever up front, Skinner sights, whatever you want to put on them. Now, John pointed out how the tube there is dovetailed into the barrel. That's a little more, you know, machining and precision work than just the band you have on this one, okay, on the Marlin. But, you know, both would be fine. So let's shoot them one more time, okay? There we go. Oh! I didn't see the deer. Did y'all see that? Yeah, until after I hit the plate, it's only moved. There's another one, a little one walking away. Sorry, guys. Wow. What if I had hit one? Would I be in jail right now? I didn't see them. Okay, but again, that goes to show you, as long as you are shooting at something specifically, you're not likely to hit. I think in an early video, we had I don't know, we were doing something here, and one of my dogs was wandering around the range or something in the background. I was yakking about something. I think a lot of people have this vision, this idea that, oh my gosh, there's a dog on the range. He's going to kill his dog. He's going to shoot his dog. Well, think about it. If I'm shooting at one of those animals, and even if I miss that animal by that much, I feel like it was a bad shot, because you know I'm not going to miss them very often, even with a handgun. And if I do, it's going to be by an inch or two. So, I mean, theoretically, there could be 5 or 6 or 8 deer walking around the range, and unless I'm shooting at the deer, I'm not likely to hit them. Okay, now they could get a little shrapnel, you know, but anyway, just a reminder. Let's see, did I cock it? Let's try, oh, there's some cinder over there. I'm gonna get a click, I think. Oh, no, I did, yeah. Gotta bring it up, I think. Oh, well, I'm not sure. Okay, I haven't adjusted the sights much. I was thinking they both shot a little bit low. This one shoots a little bit to the left. All right, until we get the sights on perfectly. Let's try a bowling pin here. Let's try the gong. Bong. Let's try a buffalo. Got us a buffalo. And we have 2 rounds left, I think. So we got a bowling pin right here. And which one should we shoot the watermelon with? Should we just shoot the Marlin at it? Let's do it. Wow. Okay, I guess this one wins because it exploded the watermelon dramatically, right?